Hello, everyone. Today, Happy New Year. I'm going to be ranking all 40 new films that I saw in 2024. I'm excited to talk about all these. Unfortunately, there's a lot of great movies I was not able to see this year, including Anora, Conclave, Challengers, The Brutalist. I hope to see all of these movies soon. But I'm sorry that I couldn't get them watched in time for this video. And then there's also some bad movies that I couldn't see. For example, Craven the Hunter. I very much wanted to see. I've been promising that video for a little bit. That'll be coming next week. Sorry I couldn't get in time for this video, but I'm gonna I'm just gonna assume it's gonna be kind of, around where Madam Web is on this list. Just a hunch. But I'm really excited to talk about this, all 40 of these movies. So without further ado, let's get into things. At number 40, who would have guessed it? Madam Web. What a terrible, terrible, embarrassing film. Sure, sometimes the visuals are okay, sometimes the action's okay, but it's just so roughly done. The editing is awful, the ADR is awful, the story's a mess. Most of the actors seem like they don't give a crap that they're in this movie. It is so rushed. It's not connected to Spider-Man enough while also being too connected to Spider-Man. It is such a weird film. It is so funny to watch. It's rough. Number 39, Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scar Giver. I didn't like Part 1 particularly much, and I didn't like Part 2 that much more either. It's rough, it's boring, it's dull. Even the action couldn't save this one. Number 38, The Garfield Movie, a basic, standard kids movie. Kind of fun to see these characters again. Voice cast is kind of solid, never really excels in any way. But you know what? It's kind of nice to see Garfield sometimes. I like all the Tom Cruise references. Number 37, Despicable Me 4. Not much better than Garfield, but I am more familiar with these specific versions of the characters. Voice cast is still having fun, a little bit funnier than the other one, but still feels too much like an anthology film than an actual connected story. Number 36, Joker, Folie à Deux. A lot of interesting ideas, a lot of interesting concepts, but never executed particularly well and just left me frustrated and dissatisfied, but I can appreciate in some senses what they were going for. Number 35, Mufasa the Lion King, a basic enough family Lion King live action, animated, CGI, whatever prequel. Scar's turned solid, the visuals are pretty good, but still never excels past just being, okay, fine, we didn't really need to see this, but this is an okay way of doing things. Not great, but not bad. I had an okay time with this. Number 34, Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1. This was a cool Western by Kevin Costner. Just the issue is it is 3 hours of setup with very little payoff, so all the cool moments are offset by the fact that it is mostly just setting up 3 more movies that have yet to release. Number 33, Venom the Last Dance. Dumb fun, messy, rushed, but a kind of decently emotional farewell to this version of the character, and I had a fun time with it, even if it is, goofy as hell. Number 32, Godzilla times Kong, The New Empire. Goofy, ridiculous, but fun monster action, fun monster moments. Still a little bit too much humans, but better than the humans have been in previous films. Number 31, Ghostbusters, The Frozen Empire. Solid enough Ghostbusters film, probably, better than Ghostbusters 2 or the Ghostbusters reboot, but really a lot worse than the first one, and even Afterlife. It's fine, it's fun, but it's whatever. Number 30, Kung Fu Panda 4. It's, decent enough time. I liked it more than Kung Fu Panda 3. It's fun to see Po taking more charge without the Furious 5, taking on a new apprentice. That's a lot of fun, even if the story is still a little meh, and it definitely feels the most kiddie out of some of the movies. Number 29, If, another kid's film. John Krasinski tries with a cute story about imaginary friends, but it all feels very surface level. It all feels very basic and never feels like it dives too deeply into something very interesting and profound. Number 28, Moana 2. Keeping up with that sentiment. It's fun, it's well animated, it's for the most part engaging, but the story is so bland and uninteresting compared to the first one, and it just doesn't feel like it needed to be made. But it's still an okay enough time. Number 27, The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. This is a, fun, solid, decent animated film. Is it particularly great? No, but it's fun to be back in this world, and it looks beautiful in animation, and I love Brian Cox's Helm Hammerhand. Number 26, Kinds of Kindness, a new Yorgos Lanthimos anthology film with Emma Stone. It's fun, it's ridiculous, it's weird. It lost me a little bit every story, but it's still a decent time. It's fun, and it's very interesting. Number 25, Piece by Piece. Speaking of interesting, an incredibly creative and unique way to break down Pharrell Williams' life in a documentary that is also a biopic and made in Legos. It's neat, it's interesting, I liked it. Number 24, Beetlejuice, a fun, solid, safe, sequel. Maybe a little bit too many plot lines, but Tim Burton and Michael Keaton fall perfectly right back into this world. It's a lot of fun. Number 23, Trap, a fun suspense thriller. It's a little goofy, it's a little ridiculous, but Josh Hartnett and M. Night Shyamalan are having so much fun with this. It is a great time. Number 22, Saturday Night, a fun, fast-paced, energetic story of the opening of Saturday Night Live. Is it fully accurate? I don't know, but it's decent to watch, and the whole cast is doing a great job. Number 21, Wicked. Okay, I know, don't kill me. I liked Wicked. It's a good movie. I'm sorry it's this low. I thought it was very solid, very fun. I thought it was a little too long. Didn't feel like it needed to be broken up into 2 parts, but phenomenal music, phenomenal production design and costumes, a great cast. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are awesome and have phenomenal chemistry. I'm really excited for the second one. Even if this one didn't work as well for me as it did for other people, but I still really liked it. Number 20, Twisters, a fun, enjoyable tornado action thriller with a good cast of characters. Glenn Powell is really fun. It's just a great classic modern blockbuster. Number 19, Transformers 1, a great Transformers movie, a great animated movie, a compelling emotional tale with a good voice cast. It is epic, it is funny, it is heartbreaking, and it is just very, very well made. I'm not a Transformers fan, and I like this one a lot. Number 18, Alien Romulus, a scary back-to-basics horror movie from this franchise. Incredibly strong, good acting, good scares, good visuals, good music. Not the most original or creative, but all around it just works as a good return to form for this series. Number 17, The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling is having a blast. It is a fun, kind of classic action rom-com kind of thing. It's a lot of great fun. Emily Blunt is good. The plot's just, fine, but the movie fully makes up for it with a great cast, and especially, like I said before, Ryan Gosling is so good in this. At number 16, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm not a big Sonic fan, but I thought this was a fun, entertaining family movie with solid emotion, solid stakes, great visuals, and fun characters. It's just a great time. At number 15, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. An epic, futuristic ape story that builds off the fantastic previous trilogy with a good, solid new entry. I had a good time with this one. It's one of the better ones of the franchise. I really hope they continue it with new films. Number 14, Hitman, Richard Linklater's film. Really good. Glenn Powell's great. Audrey Arjona is great. It's very funny and clever and intelligent. It's on Netflix. Please go check this one out. Number 13, Longlegs, a very original and creative horror movie. So good, so unique, very good imagery. It's very subtle at times, also not being subtle at times. Nicolas Cage is so good. Just, it's all around really scary, really good. Go check it out. Number 12, A Quiet Place, Day One. This is a very, very, very good movie. I think it might be the best The Quiet Place films. Your focus is less on family, but Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn are so good in this movie as the 2 leads. They have great bonding, great emotional moments. The scares are just as good as ever. Them adding a cat into the mix really helps them out. Great movie. Number 11, Music by John Williams. Simple enough, a great documentary about one of the most talented people to ever live. It's emotional, it's strong. Go check it out. Number 10, A Real Pain, an emotional and funny, witty film while also being so deep and profound by Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin. Script's a little on the nose, but these 2 leads are so fantastic throughout, and they have such a great dynamic as they tell this compelling, simple, but effective story. Number 9, We Live in Time. Is it a little bit tropey? Yeah, but Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh are so good to watch together. You bind to their chemistry, their heartbreak, the dramatics. It works so well. They're so great, and the story is very effective, tearjerker, and just, it's a great movie. Number 8, Inside Out 2. I love Inside Out 1, and I really was not disappointed by Inside Out 2. It's a fun story about anxiety and puberty and growing up, and it's good to see these characters again and them expanding this world, and I can't wait to see where they go with it further. Number 7, Deadpool and Wolverine. I have my frustrations with this movie, but it is undoubtedly one of the most fun, engaging, just epic movies of this year. I loved it so much. I love seeing Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just having fun together. A lot of great references, cameo, nostalgia. Sure, that's not what makes a movie, but I love a lot of this Marvel stuff, so I gotta say this worked really well for me. Number 6, Nosferatu, a thrilling, compelling, dark, gothic horror movie that is so effective and so good. Please go see it. It's great. Number 5, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. An effective revenge epic in the world of The Wasteland. George Miller is cooking with gas. Anya Taylor-Joy is great. Chris Hemsworth is probably my favorite villain of the year. It is so good. It looks so good. The action's so good. It's great. Number 4, Gladiator 2. Maybe a bit higher than some people would want, but I love this movie. It continues the themes of the first one, builds an effective sequel that feels right in this world. It's got a good cast of Denzel Washington, Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Connie Nielsen. Everyone's so good. And the music's good, and the visuals are good. It feels like this epic scope and scale that you don't really get anymore. It's so good. It's so good. And then at number 3, we have Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, a beautiful, heartbreaking, touching documentary about one of the most important people in the history of superhero cinema and his struggles and his success and how he became so much more than just a legend of the movie screen, but a legend of this real life. At number 2, we have The Wild Robot, a beautiful, emotional, funny, just really good story about motherhood, and it isn't afraid to shy away from dark topics while still being accessible to children. Phenomenal voice cast, phenomenal visuals, phenomenal music. I'm just so consistently engaged and emotional and just having a great time. It's so sweet, and it's just a great story, and it's one of DreamWorks' best films ever. But of course, at number 1, Dune Part 2. One of the most epic, action-packed, insanely good movies ever made. Denis Villeneuve is doing so good. The whole cast is doing so good. Greg Fraser, Hans Zimmer, every single person in this movie came together and made a damn near perfect film. Maybe just a perfect film. One of the best sci-fi movies ever created, and it's so good. That was a long one, but I hope you guys liked this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Check out tomorrow my ranking of my most anticipated movies of 2025. Hope you guys liked the video. I'll see y'all then. Bye for now.